forgot to count. I'll tell you what, listen, I've had many birthdays, and it's getting harder for me to remember stuff. And I will tell you, my name's Christopher, by the way, and our driver is John. Welcome aboard, you guys. It's good to have you all here. And happy birthday. I hope you're having a great day. You know what? I'd be like, I don't want that either, but part of me would want the attention. Yeah, but I'm getting older. We are shooting on our lot today, and we were shooting on our lot yesterday for a student film. What an opportunity to make a film here on our lot. Just incredible. When we are shooting on our lot, a lot of times we go into quiet zones, and we have to turn the microphone off so we don't interfere, right? And this same film was shooting yesterday on our lot, and I forgot about the quiet zone. And one of the production people on the crew is going. So today, hopefully I'll remember. But the problem is I'm a day older today, so probably I'll forget too. Good to have you all aboard, my friends. Welcome. We're going to show you the most amazing place in the world. I love this place, and it is a delight and a privilege to share it with you all, especially on such a gorgeous day like today. Let's get this party going with our co-host, the star of The Tonight Show, Mr. Jimmy Fallon, right here.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Christopher.
And the greatest driver.
John.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
our birthday people
owes me $5.
Wait a minute, what?
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Now, before we get into the safety rules, I got to show you that over there. Look at that. Do you know what that is over there? Yes, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. It's our new roller coaster coming, and I love pointing it out because my name is Christopher, and I am a roller coaster addict. I love them. We got the Mummy ride in the meantime, and the Flight of the Hippogriff. But this is coming in another year or so. You can check our social media pages and find out more about that. Do you kids call your social media pages the socials? Do you do that? If anybody uses that term, raise your hands, please. The socials. I don't see. Somebody told me to say that. I didn't see one hand up. What am I supposed to say? No suggestions? Oh, no suggestions because I'm embarrassing you on your birthday. All right, you know what I'm going to say? Check the socials. Social media page. All right, let's do safety rules. If kids look like they're going to fall out, you might want to put them in the middle. You don't have to, but if their feet don't touch the floor. Just a suggestion. Everybody else stay seated when the tram is in motion. Keep your arms and legs inside at all times. There's no smoking or vaping on board. What can you do? You can eat or drink whatever you want. Cheers. Cheers for whatever reason you're here, not just birthdays. It's good to have you here. Sincerely, votes a toast to all of you who have visited us today. We couldn't do without you. Cheers. I'm going to have a drink. I'm telling you what it is. Partly coffee. All right, you can eat or drink whatever you want. You can also take pictures and video. Don't use selfie sticks because you bang into everybody. And we are going to get the things you would expect on a ride like this. We get loud noises, fire effects, sudden tram movements, and the possibility of getting wet. And the final thing, if you have an emergency, like you drop something overboard, or you have sound or video problems, or a medical emergency, reach overhead and pull the red cord that runs in the middle of the tram ceiling. We'll come back and help you out, okay? Those are all the safety rules. Now, we take you into, well, there's the theme park over there, and there's the working studio over there. But that's Super Nintendo World over there. Are you Nintendo fans? Anybody old school Nintendo? Anybody ever play Donkey Kong in an arcade? Anybody ever play an NES? Super NES? N64? GameCube? Wii U? Game Boy Color? Game Boy Advance? Game Boy SP? 3DS! There was a great Legend of Zelda game on the 3DS. Do we have any Legend of Zelda fans on board? Oh, for all of you, I got something for you. Respect. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll get into movies in a moment. Don't worry, but I got to show you how much of a Nintendo fan I am. Over the holidays, I built this. And I'm going to share it with you all. Let's see. Let me find a good picture of it here. This one's a pretty good one. Okay, I built this all by my lonesome. See if you can recognize what it is. I'm very proud of this, actually. I built it from scratch, designed it, built it from scratch. Do you see what that is? That is like as if you pulled a Donkey Kong control panel out of the arcade game. and I put a computer in there. I built it all myself and put all the buttons and everything in there. And I spent half my vacation in the holidays building that, and then the other half getting slightly better at Donkey Kong. Hey, we're a working studio though. That's stage 14 we just passed back there. When you guys were on your holiday, did you watch The Grinch with Jim Carrey? That did shooting in there. Jurassic Park shot in there. Bruce Almighty, Evan Almighty. Listen, I'm going to be telling you a lot of stuff during the tour. We can barely scratch the surface of everything we've done. We go back more than 100 years. The guy who started this place is Carl Lemley, Papa Carl. Thank you for everything, Papa Carl. Official birthday, March 15th, 1915. Just a little over a week ago, we turned 100. We turned, what is it? Was that your birthday, March 15th? That's your birthday, March 15th? And mine's March 4th. Yours is March 4th? Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Cheers. Cheers. Not only is my birthday and your birthday March 4th, but one of our drivers, Ricky, her birthday is March 4th, and so is her husband. It's the greatest thing. All right. Oh, there's Ted over there on your left, the teddy bear. We do that show here. You know, there's the movie Ted. We're doing season 2 of the TV show on Peacock. That's our streaming network, folks. We're a working studio. I'm going to be telling you all this stuff, but we can barely scratch the surface of everything we've done. Movie-wise, we've done more than 8,000 movies. But how about that? Our birthday is your birthday. March 15th, 1915 is when it all began. Because we actually did a movie in 1914 called Damon and Pythias, and that was a silent movie. That's how far back we go, to the silent movie era. And we are still going strong. 110 or 111 years later, whatever. And a lot of the people who work with us have their offices over here on your left. These bungalows, they're for the writers and the directors and the producers. Now, one of the most famous directors ever was a fella by the name of Alfred Hitchcock, and I hope some of you remember that name. Do you? Do you know any movies he made? I always thought his most famous movie was Psycho. But more people talk about The Birds. Oh, he did Vertigo. That's one of my favorites. His office was over here on your left. This building with the white awning over the doorway. One of the greatest directors ever. Now he's long gone, but that front of that building, that's a different, office in there now. But the front of the building will always be a shrine to the great Alfred Hitchcock. We always want to preserve the history of Hollywood, and we're still moving on. Over there, that's where we do season 3 of Lopez versus Lopez, starring George and Mayan Lopez, stage 25. And right next door, in the same building, is stage 26, where we just wrapped up shooting our season 1 of our brand new hit comedy, St. Denis Medical, starring David Alan Grier. And it got picked up for another season. So we are thrilled about that. Yeah, now, hey, by the way, all of our NBC shows, they also stream on Peacock. So you can binge watch them, right? That's the way I watch TV shows. Just before going to bed, I like to watch 1 episode. And then I watch 2. And then I watch 10 of them, and then the sun comes up and it's time for bed. I'm a bad influence, I know. The area we just took you through is our front lot, and that's where we do so much of our indoor shooting. Those buildings we passed, they're sound stages. They're buildings that are virtually soundproof. Now, in the early days when Papa Carl Lemley got it all going, we used to do silent movies, and we did a whole bunch of them. But then sound came along, and it changed everything. Hollywood had to invent the sound stages. And they're not complicated. They're just really big buildings, so you can fit anything in there. You never know what you're going to need. And, well, you have to have room for the furniture and stuff like that, but also the lights and the cameras and all of that stuff. And they have a ton of insulation on the walls. So those buildings are virtually soundproof. You're in your own world when you're in a soundstage. This area coming up, where a little bit later I'm going to turn the microphone off, is the back lot where we do the outdoor shooting. In fact, coming up on your left-hand side, we got a big city.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Oh boy, the things are made out here. You ever hear of Captain America: The First Avenger? That shot here. You're nodding your head back there in car 2, I see you. Are you Spider-Man fans? Oh, me, so, he says. Yeah, that's cool, that's cool. Do you like the movie Jaws? Okay, we're good. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. That did not shoot there, by the way. Hey, by the way, the movie Jaws shot on Martha's Vineyard, which is on the East Coast, off the coast of Massachusetts, and that is called location shooting when we do that. So we do location shooting, but we've done tons of things here. The Amazing Spider-Man, like the 4th one shot out here. The 8th Fast and Furious movie, The Fate of the Furious, one of my favorite reality game shows. Shoots out here all the time. American Ninja Warrior. We do like the elimination rounds here on New York Street. You're going to see these gorgeous buildings in just a moment. We still use them. We were shooting out here just a week ago for one of our brand new television shows called The Burbs. Do you guys remember the movie The Burbs with Tom Hanks? I'll show you a really quick little clip from it. This is The Burbs right there. Right there. Throw your coffee, Tom Hanks. There you go. Throw your coffee. That's all you get right now. That did shooting on our lot. Now, that was in our suburban neighborhood that's coming up a little bit later, but it was also shooting out here and the new TV show, The Burbs. Also, Suits LA. If you're a fan of the TV show Suits, the action takes place on the East Coast, the brand new one. The spin-off takes place out here on the West Coast. That was shooting out here just recently too. And as we were driving by when those things were shooting, we turned the microphone off and went into a quiet zone because the great outdoors is not soundproof. I'm gonna put this up a little bit later when we're going by where that student film is shooting, and you will be able to talk amongst yourselves. But I'm just gonna need to turn the microphone off, and boy, I hope I remember, because yesterday I forgot. You got to look at these buildings on your left, though. There's New York Street, but look at all the buildings. They're Hollywood style. Do you all know what Hollywood style means? Fake. Look at that. That's not even real brick. That's fiberglass. And look how thin the buildings are. They're just facades, the fronts and sides. They got enough inside space that you can, put some furniture in there and shoot from the outside. But the indoor stuff is almost done on, always done on sound stages. Almost everything in Hollywood is done on sound stages. We have 36 of those giant sound stages. All right, we got to do some 3D next. Hey, you guys back there ready for some 3D? Are you all having a good time? Thank you for visiting us, by the way. We appreciate it. We can't do it without you. We love having you here. Thank you. Now, just for coming, we're going to blow your minds right now. All right? Now, you don't need to wear the glasses till we tell you to, okay? Do stay seated and hang on tight. Try not to drop anything in here. We'll bump around a little bit. Not too bad, but you don't want to drop anything. Oh, we're going to take you into Skull Island. And to tell you about Skull Island, here's the guy who created it, the guy who did like the Lord of the Rings movies, and this is the man who brought King Kong back to life. New Zealander Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up on the edge. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Yes, we are. Hey, by the way, we did not make the original King Kong movie. I just want to give credit where credit is due. That was made by a studio called RKO, but they are not around anymore, and we are. So we're the ones continuing the King Kong tradition. Glasses on. Stay seated, hang on tight. We're heading in. Glasses on, everybody. Oh yeah, King Kong 360 3D. Pretty cool, huh? Only he was on our side, King Kong. Hey, take the glasses off. You don't need them for the remainder of the tour. You can keep them on if you want, but you don't need them. Did you guys like King Kong? Did you guys in the back like it? Did you get scared? Oh, you're shaking your head no back there. I see you still wearing your 3D glasses, shaking your head no. Well, listen, if anybody did get scared, don't worry, because that is the scariest thing on the tour, right? Yeah. We got cool stuff to show you, but hey, that was created by Peter Jackson and the team at Weta, W-E-T-A, Weta. They are talented. They do the special effects in movies. They did like the Avatar movies, which is almost all special effects, right? That's CGI, computer-generated imagery. We use a lot of CGI in Hollywood. A lot of you heard of the term CGI, right? If you've ever heard of it, raise your hand. How many have ever heard of it? Okay, a whole bunch of you. If you never heard of CGI, raise your hands. Okay. If you're not paying attention, raise your hands. Oh, that one hurts. That one hurts. We use a lot of the CGI in Hollywood, that's for sure. But we use these sets on a regular basis. And yeah, when we are shooting out here, we turn the microphone off a lot of times so we don't interfere. Or we just bypass areas sometimes. We have to. We're a working studio. There's two things we want to do here. We want to share as much of Hollywood with you as possible. I enjoy doing that. Love sharing this place with you. But we don't want to interfere with production, which is why I'm going to turn the microphone off in just a moment. And because we're shooting this student film ahead here. And when I turn the mic off, by the way, you'll be able to talk amongst yourselves. But a couple things I want to say before I turn the mic off. We are the ones who needed to continue King Kong after RKO was not around, because we are known as the Monster Movie Studio. We basically invented them. Look at this giant mural over here on your right. Now, King Kong was in 1933. We did Frankenstein and Dracula in 1931. We were known as the Monster Movie Studio. That was like our specialty. And you know what? Back in the early days, a lot of studios had specialties. Maybe you've heard of MGM. Their thing was doing the musicals. Our next door neighbors are Warner Brothers. They did like gangster movies, the James Cagney movies, You Dirty Rat, those types of things. Our thing was the monster movies. And to sort of commemorate that, this giant wall was painted by one guy, Tristan Eaton. He did the whole thing by himself with spray paint. It took him like 2 months to do that. That was our specialty. Now we do everything. We do a lot of reality game shows. I mentioned American Ninja Warrior back in New York Street. Up here is Stage 31 coming up on your left-hand side. How about this?
Hey, what's up, Studio Tour? It's Kelsey Ballerini.
And I am John Legend from The Voice. Now, we shoot our show right here in Stage 31, one of the newest stages on the lot.
These state-of-the-art sound stages allow us to bring our show to life, from the blinds to the lives and everything in between.
Everyone's talking about the new voice coaches, even the new voice coaches.
You see that gorgeous face in here? We missed you, man.
Go on. I'm here to put things boys in their place.
Adam's a big baby.
So that's how it's going to be.
The Voice, Monday on NBC and Peacock. Now into our quiet zone. I'll point out where they're shooting. You can talk amongst yourselves, and I'll be back with you in a minute or two.
Wait, what? They're filming over there. What, how do you know? To that one over there. About that house. Wonderful commotion or street film? Street film. It's a student film. Like for college. So technically, a professional shooting. Yes, if it's for college. Okay. Let's go.
They want to do that to promote them anymore.
Someone drop a phone. What? Someone drop.
The whole time? Oh, it is your... Yeah. I was gonna say, this guy dropped his phone and this guy pointed it out. I gotta go.
Oops. Any famous actors or no? Are you Taylor Swift?
We're just testing you.
I think you are. They're shooting.
Now we're testing to see who's paying attention.
Okay, throw my hand up.
I would like to shoot here someday.
picture? What if it's Fast and Furious?
Okay, we're out of our quiet zone. Hey, we're into our subway station set. Now, this is always a subway in here. This is unusual. Most of our sound stages when we're done, let me take the quiet thing off there. Most of our sound stages when we're done, we take everything down. This is always a subway. Hey, whoa, whoa! Okay, you don't need 3D glasses, but do hang on. We got another big one. Oh boy, this could be the big one. Hang on, hang on! I gotta ask, did anybody not survive? Uh-oh, we got a hand up back there. What are you, zombies? You are zombies? Oh, I'm part zombie. Cheers. I mean, cheers. That is a mechanical effect. Now, we just showed you King Kong, which was the CGI, the computers. We always used to do things mechanically before we had the computers. Okay, now, that's called a practical effect, by the way. It just means mechanical. We're about halfway through the tour. Let me remind you, if you have an emergency, pull the red cord in the middle of the tram ceiling. But here we go. We're moving on. Amity Island's next. Look at your monitors. Jaws, 1975. That movie is turning 50. Oh, and, look at this. Look at this. We caught the shark. And it turns out he wasn't as big as we thought. But maybe we caught the wrong one. Why is there creepy music? Oh, there's another one out there. There's another one. Don't worry, we're safe. We are safe. Oh, that diver is not safe. Look at that next to the boat. Dude, get back in the boat! Diver! Oh no! Folks, don't look. That's horrible. Don't look. Don't. Yeah, you're all still looking. No. Keep looking. We want you to look. Do stay seated. There's a yellow barrel out there. That's how we were trying to catch the shark. Now, oh, look at this. He just pulled out the whole dock. How big is this thing anyway? Where's the shark? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Huh? He's just saying hello. That's how sharks say hello. Listen, it's either that or eat you. Hey, by the way, that's Bruce the shark. Shark. Did you know that's his name? It's not Jaws. Well, his nickname is Jaws, but his real name is Bruce. Who named him Bruce? Steven Spielberg, the genius who made that movie. Who did he name him? His lawyer. It's a true story. It's a real person, Bruce Raymer. Now, I think I mentioned, did I mention that Jaws shot on Martha's Vineyard? I think I talked about that earlier, right? That's location shooting. It did not shoot here, but these sets have been used. This was, it was Cabot Cove, Maine, a murder she wrote with Angela Lansbury. That was Jessica Fletcher's hometown, Cabot Cove, Maine. But only for the outdoor scenes, because those are also fake buildings. Yes. Facades. All right, we got an oldie but goodie coming up next. We use everything we have out here, too. As a matter of fact, this thing up ahead here was built for the tour, but we use it in things. We've been doing the movies for over 100 years. We have been doing the studio tour for over 60 years. We had our big anniversary last summer, like what was it, our diamond anniversary. And this was the first thing that was built for the tour. This was in the late 1960s. This is another mechanical effect. So this is a practical effect. It's a practical weather effect. And it was built, yes, for the tour, but it's been used in things. It's in a Lady Gaga video. It was on an episode of the new Quantum Leap last season, too. So there you go. We got sprinklers, right? Now, a lot of times we use the computers these days, the CGI, to do our special effects, but we do go old school now and again. We were shooting a big movie on New York Street, big top secret production over the holidays, and we had a sprinkler out there, like on a giant, like 50-foot crane. So sometimes we still do use the mechanical effects. But one of the problems with these things, though, is they get stuck on, and I think it is happening again because they were supposed to turn off about 10 seconds ago. Folks, we may have a little bit of a glitch, but don't panic. We just may get a little water. Oh yeah, 10,000 gallons of water. Oh no, save yourselves. Everybody, save yourselves. Remain seated. Save yourselves. Yeah, look at that. That's all recycled water, by the way. Yeah. You can enjoy our flash flood guilt-free. Just goes right up back up the hill. Oh, you want to see something else that was in? How about the movie Big Fat Liar? Look at this. Oh, that's Frankie Muniz right there. You guys remember Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle? You know they're going to do a reunion show? So he may have to take a break from his current job. Do you know what he does now? No. Very good. Oh, you impress me. He is a race car driver. He is racing in the NASCAR Craftsman truck circuit. Sir, I like you. I was just watching some of that racing last night, as a matter of fact. All right, anyway, that's Old Mexico back there, by the way. That was in Nacho Libre with Jack Black, Three Amigos with Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Chevy Chase, all that stuff. We don't have time to tell you everything. We've got the Wild West up ahead here. Oh boy, Westerns used to be a big deal in Hollywood. Look at this. Now, they were really, really big. They call like the Western era the 1940s through the 60s, but they were done before then and after then. That's one of those types of genres, as we say, that keeps coming back from time to time. But yeah, it's been around. Look at this. Look at this.
Mine hit the ground first.
That's Kirk Douglas.
Mine was tall.
That is John Wayne. Okay, for you people who don't know, I mean, you might be too young to know that, but those were the legends of Hollywood, just among the legends of Hollywood, and they've all been out here. And part of what we do, of course, is to preserve the past and to talk about these names. But the sets still get used. You guys know Brad Pitt and Leo DiCaprio. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood shot out here. Quentin Tarantino's movie, which I love because I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan. Not the whole movie, some of the scenes. And outdoor scenes, because these are the fake buildings, right? Well, there's an exception. That opera house set back there has an inside to it that is called a practical set. So we do have some practical sets on our lot that have the inside and the outside, but I gotta tell you, most of the sets are just the facades, and they're thinner. Most of these buildings are thinner. And the nice thing about that is because they're so thin, we are able to fit a lot more on our back lot. We'll take you anywhere in the world just by turning a corner. We still use these Western sets. Usually when we shoot, we cover it with dirt. Can't take the tram down, it will leave tracks. The route changes depending on production. Or we go into quiet zones like we did earlier. Hey, look at this. We're at the corner of James Stewart Avenue and Steven Spielberg Drive. Steven Spielberg has talked about that sign. He says he loves it. He says it's one of the greatest honors of his life to share a street sign with Jimmy Stewart. The great Steven Spielberg is starstruck by this place. The guy who did Jaws and E.T. and Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Schindler's List and Jurassic Park and on and on and on. The great Steven Spielberg. Oh, he also got his start here at Universal.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom, and when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left, and then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. You want to, here, you get an extra Jaws view over here. Thanks, John. Thank you for stopping and showing us this. Look at this. Look at this. You get a backside view of it. Look at that. I almost like that view better. Isn't that cool? Hey, by the way, you know, Jaws didn't shoot there, but Steven Spielberg did have something to do with that Jaws ride.
The Jaws ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram.
Oh, that's a Hollywood icon now. You know, you got to come to Hollywood and go to the movie studio and see the shark. All right, hey, we got the suburbs up ahead here, or the burbs. This is where the movie with Tom Hanks did shooting, right over here, Colonial Street on your left. But the TV show is currently shooting here, which is why it's a closed set right now. But that's been in things like Casper with Christina Ricci, music videos like Nellyville. Maybe you remember Smash Mouth All-Star. That shot here. ABC's Desperate Housewives. That was Wisteria Lane. Those sets get used over and over again. By the way, Desperate Housewives was an ABC show, and we're NBC. The competition was over here. Yeah, let me tell you, they do a lot, because they don't have the giant backlots like we have. There used to be a bunch of those around, but there are not anymore. Some of the studios have a street or two, or maybe three, but nothing like what we've been showing you. This is the last remaining old school giant backlot. And so all the other studios come over and shoot here. What are you guys looking at? Goats? Oh, are the goats over there? Oh, awesome, yeah. This has just started happening a couple weeks ago. There's a guy who comes in here with a big herd of goats, and they're clearing the brush. So they're doing a really good job, and also turning us into part zoo. I didn't know they were here today. They were up by where we get on the tram. They were up there just a couple days ago. I got a great picture of it too. Listen, I take lots of pictures, just like you guys should. Look at this. In fact, we got picture cars around the corner here. Got a giant shark in honor of Steven Spielberg in the 50th anniversary of Jaws, and we also have famous cars from movies and TV shows. We call them picture cars. There's Magnum PI's Ferrari on your right. The Fry's truck is from the movie Nope. You got to look right next to it though. The little blue car from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. That's the car that was in The Whomping Willow. I just watched that movie again over the holidays. Oh, on the left-hand side, Fred Flintstone's car. There's Dominic Toretto's black Charger, Fast and Furious. That'll never get... A million years from now, that'll look cool. I love the engine sticking out of the hood. Reminds me of Hot Wheels. That's what I grew up playing. What's the yellow one down on the end? Bumblebee is correct. And right next to it is Barricade. Those are Transformers cars. All right, we're going to turn the corner again. Now, it may get a little creepy around this corner because we got an empty motel. Why is it empty? Because the guy who runs the place keeps coming out with a knife. You know why? Yeah, he's psycho. That's why. Here it is, the Bates Motel, and up on the hill, the psycho. We're in another quiet zone. Okay, that quiet zone was not because of filming in progress. That's because we didn't want to disturb Norman Bates. Oh no, there he is. Oh no. Wow. Yeah, he doesn't see us. I think we're safe. I think he sees us. Oh no. Hey, put the knife away, Norman! Don't do it! Norman, come on now, don't be psycho! No, leave them alone back there. Norman, no! Well, good thing his aim was off. Hey! You're psycho! Somebody had to tell him. You are... Hey, where are you going?
You're a psycho.
No, don't come up here. Please don't. Please. No, you're not psycho. I was kidding. You're not. You're the nice guy with a knife. Got us out of that one.
No, you're not.
Guess I'm the one who got us into it. Hey, this is the Psycho house over here. Historic! It's a shell. It's different from the other sets we've been showing you. It has all the walls on the outside, but nothing on the inside. Well, maybe Mother's in there, but it doesn't have an inside for shooting. Now, we got about 10 minutes to go. Quick reminder, if you have an emergency, pull the red cord in the middle of the tram ceiling, but look at this. Yet another Steven Spielberg movie. Oh, Jaws, E.T., Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Schindler's List, Jurassic Park, and War of the Worlds. And many more, actually. But this is where Tom Cruise was hiding out in War of the Worlds. That is a real plane, by the way. Not everything in Hollywood is fake. Almost everything. But the plane is real.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep pressing me. Listen, now, man. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Got them closed? Robbie, get in. Get in.
Okay, I got to tell you something. Something current that's shot here. Are you Ariana Grande fans? You know, from Wicked. All right, let me see here. You got this written here somewhere. Okay, she is in a new short film called Brighter Days Ahead. And 12 minutes and 36 seconds into it, the War of the World sets is in that. So I just learned that like yesterday. So yeah, Ariana Grande, Brighter Days Ahead. Hey, up ahead here, we've got sets from the movie Nope. We're going to take you right into Jupiter's Claim. And who better to tell you about it than the guy who made the movie, director Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie TV show. That's what this whole place is listed based on. Remember that one? No? Why? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, gold rush frontier town, lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the UFO hotspot. Welcome to the world of Nope.
Oh yeah, the world of Nope. Now let me tell you, when we were making the movie, the world of Nope was in the Santa Clarita area, which is a little bit north of here. A little less than an hour or so north. Location shooting. We go to different places, location shooting. But you know, the sets were so cool, we're like, we gotta do something with these. So we brought them down here and set them up just like in the movie. And that's the work of Jordan Peele. Talented guy, doing movies now, did Us, did Get Out, but used to do great sketch comedy. Anybody remember Key and Peele? Aaron? Let's do a roll call here. Aaron. D. Nice. Jay Quellen. For those of you who do not know what I'm talking about, you must watch the Angry Substitute Teacher sketch. Hey, and before he was on Key and Peele, you know, he was on Mad TV. So he's got a long background in comedy. Oh, we're almost done, but we got to show you one more thing. Folks, feast your eyes on our big blue wall over here on your left. Right ahead here. This is where the final scene of Psycho shot, as a matter of fact. Got a big wall. This is a dual-purpose area. Most of the time it is a parking area for our trucks and stuff. But when we're going to shoot here, we clear the area right in front of the wall out, and we fill it with water, and then we will shoot scenes here. We'll shoot scenes here with the wall blue. Because then when you're done shooting in post-production, you can turn it into whatever you want. And you do that using the computers. All these are the great examples of the CGI. Same like technique of King Kong coming back to life. We use the CGI to do all sorts of things. So we can replace the blue wall with whatever we want. But you've got to be careful when you're shooting with a blue wall. Because if you've got a blue jacket on like me, that would look like your head and hands are floating because all this would go away. So you got to be careful with that. Maybe you've seen green screens. They're more common. This is a blue wall. It's the same technique. The green screens, the green color would go away. But I'll tell you what, that looks better than a green wall. And those people that live up on that hill back up there, those are not sets. Those are real houses. That's a real neighborhood up there. And we do care about our neighbors. We don't want to disturb them. You know, we always keep the sound down like at night. That's true. And we painted the wall blue so it looks a little bit better, just a little bit nicer. We care, we care. But folks, you just saw Universal Studios Hollywood. You came looking for real Hollywood, you found it. We've got all this history going back more than 100 years, and we are still going strong. Oh, just TV-wise, we've been doing things like E! Entertainment, Access Hollywood, Hacks, starring Gene Smart, Ted, Lopez versus Lopez, St. Denis Medical, Happy's Place, Reba McEntire's show shoots here in Stage 33, reality game shows, American Ninja Warrior, The Voice, brand new television shows. Suits LA, The Burbs, all that. This is the real deal, it's real Hollywood. Look over here. That's real Hollywood. Now here's the thing. The Hollywood sign, the Walk of Fame and all of that, that's on the other side of that mountain behind you, like less than maybe a mile or so away. You can't see it from here. But this is working Hollywood. It's us over here, and it's our neighbors Warner Brothers, Disney and ABC Studios, and Nickelodeon. This is real Hollywood. And what a privilege to be able to share this place with you. I hope you all had a good time. Did you all have fun? Did you learn anything? Do you think you'll forget what you learned? Yes, yes. That's why you get an annual pass. See that? I turned it into an advertisement. Hey, you got to come back in April and May if you got an annual pass. We're going to do FanFest nights. It's the best of anime, gaming, fantasy, and all of that, all in one place. You can find out more about it at universalstudioshollywood.com. We're going to have something involving Back to the Future. I think you're going to be able to get on the bridge of the Star Trek Enterprise. I like that. So we're back. Thanks for coming, you guys. On behalf of Christopher and John, we hope you had a good time. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Universal Studios Hollywood. That's a wrap. See you in the room. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey, if you find yourself in the Orlando area after May 22nd, we got the new Epic Universe opening down there, okay? And go to uphe.com. Get one of these movies or TV shows. Or